The Lady of the River. It is just after lunch at Shimanto, my favorite stop for local cuisine in Kochi. The bright sun makes the thick green leaves on climbing vines glow. I see a ripe cucumber hanging just inside the gated garden of an old Japanese house beside the winding path. Here, take it. A plump, weathered hand pushes that gleaming cucumber my way. Kerchiefed and slightly bent, Oba-chan's smile reveals freshly minted dentures, and her eyes sparkle with the grace one earns over a long, well-lived life. Arigato, I say as I accept her gift. Itterashai, enjoy your trip, she calls as I continue along the path, down towards the Shimanto River. I chuckle at her comment, as my destination, my favorite spot along the pure river, is only about 50 feet away. I see her, a clear, healthy blue-green ribbon under the aquamarine Kochi sky. Her surface is placid, but little flashes of fin and bubbles here and there hint at the natural realm underneath. The Shimanto River's banks recede and expand at the weather's whim, so no two visits are ever quite the same. Today, bleached pebbles are exposed far further than usual. I wander towards the water. My eyes settle on the towering trees at her far bank, and I wonder what little spirits might reside there. The cement-gray Chinkabashi Bridge in the distance stands ready for the next flood, and I feel both exposed and included in this wildly magical area of Shikoku Island. The multicolored rocks are sunbathing today. Usually submerged when she swells, I walk gingerly, trying not to disturb this carefully laid mosaic. I rub off the tiny spike hairs on the cucumber and bite down on this green taste of summer. Crunchy and delicious, the cucumber refreshes my senses. A bright flower, tall and straight, is protruding through the stones, and I wonder which bird dropped this seed, where it came from, and where it was heading. I revel in the serendipity of this moment. That flower is fit for a queen, I think. Over thousands of years, flood upon flood have polished the pebbles under my feet. The bird of 2 weeks back planted that flower, and the heat of today hastens me to the water's edge. The Shimanto is known as Japan's last pure river. Wanting to feel it, as I would walk the beaches in my Hawaiian home, I remove my shoes. Socks hastily pushed into the toes of my sneakers, I feel the hot stones against my feet. What was hard, pebbly floor now becomes a little more pliant, closer to the water. As I continue, I feel the ground softly start to absorb my footsteps. Instead of just holding my weight, the sand underneath becoming a little more waterlogged with each step. My toes spread to keep my balance. What is that? I think as I catch a shimmer of movement, crouch down for a closer look, and see silky webbing between my toes. Dreamlike, my curious eyes rest on the water, and I am overcome with a feeling of being one with the river. The loveliness of the greeny blue surface pulls my attention to the present, and a welcoming smile seems to rise with the slight mist coming off the surface. "Come and play! Join us!" she seems to call. "You want to play with me?" I hear myself ask. A tingly, youthful laugh floats towards me like spring rain, and I dive right in. Under the cool water, in the place that gives me most comfort, I see familiar sun shafts piercing through the green surface. I remember days of playing mermaid, underwater somersaults, and hand-in-hand snorkeling with my children. Shimanto's hand is soft and smooth. Like the volcanic rock of Kochi, her eyes are a light beige, wide-set and welcoming. Her flowing, wispy hair stretches out behind her, deep green, like river moss. My clothes melt away, and in their place, I am draped in the same sari of blue and green that flows around my beautiful new friend. Breathing comes easily in this water, infused with Kochi air and sunshine. Her soft palm is pressing some oxygen, along with giddy excitement, into mine. Gratefulness for life, love, nature, and this moment almost overwhelms. Shiny scaled bodies flit by, with one tiny iguana fish stopping to nibble my nose. When I laugh, a small bit of cucumber pops out of my mouth with bubbles, and lickety-split, the little fish gulps it down, gives me a wink, and is on his merry way. She points towards carefully woven crab traps set by river fishers. We ride the wake after the chugging of a Yakatabune riverboat. We laugh at the webbed feet of countless ducks swish, swish, swishing by. She tells me of her happiness. She enjoys providing food for people who live along the river, a home for precious wildlife, and protection for the treasure of yet undiscovered wealth in the biodiversity of her river. One day you will understand. One day, the secrets of my part in this earth will be revealed. You will see your role in this perfect mosaic one day too. She touches my cheek, embraces me. Her pulsating life force stays with me as I look up towards the surface, no longer hand in hand with my friend. The current urges me up, and I tumble up and out back to the stone-covered bank. For a moment I lie quietly, bees happily buzzing overhead, the lone flower standing proud nearby. I tuck a new memory, her smile and laugh, deep into my treasure chest of experiences in our magical world. I shift slightly, and the drying river weed drops off my body. I see my clothes dried and carefully folded at my feet. Thank you, Lady of the River. As I step back over the riverbank, I experience this place as a participant, not as an observer. My friend, her house, my haven. Back up the winding path, the kerchiefed grandma is gently plucking eggplant from another vine at the back of her garden. Evening has come, and I see a few flares of Hotaru fireflies in the deep brush. Was she kind? She asks. Yes, and I will take care of her, I reply. We now share the wonder of the Shimanto River's elegant soul. She is indeed Japan's best kept secret.